Good day, Summers. This is Raabemaster bringing you another League of Legends Procast for your viewing pleasure. Today it's going to be featuring Scarra here in the mid lane playing Dianna on the show, where if you got no shoes, no shirt, no worries, because I'm still going to bring you the best League of Legends commentaries out there. And let's go over the champion picks first. For the blue team, we have Hecarim in the jungle. It's going to be a Zed top lane. Riven's going to be in the mid lane, and it's going to be Draven supported by Jarvan the 4th. That's right, people. It's a support J4. There are things that one of my friends will die saying, and it's that J4 makes a good support. And I guess he's not the only one that thinks that. And the red team, we have, of course, Scarra playing Dianna in the mid lane. There's going to be a Katarina top. We're seeing a lot more of those recently. We'll talk about more about that later. There's a Zinzao in the jungle. In the bot lane will be AD carry Ezreal, supported by Taric. A very, very common combination of bot lane right there. And let's get underway. You'll see we are 7 minutes into the game. That was as early as I could join this one. Unfortunately, we did miss a little bit of stuff, but I promise you, I think the rest of the game is amazing. Scarra did play this one on his stream, but that's not where I found it. I heard that from someone else, that Scarra actually was doing this while streaming. So let's go underway. And you'll see the invisible minions. That's because we are going from spectator mode, and sometimes when you rewind too far, it does invisible minions. Right now, we're going to see Ezreal taking a lot of damage. There's the stun from Taric. Can Zinzao get the kill? What was that? I don't know what just happened right there, actually. He seemed to get knocked back. Maybe invisible Draven axes. Not exactly sure. Zinzao did get knocked back after his dash, though. Very interesting. Looks like red team is going to go for the blue buff, giving that to Dianna, of course. Hecarim, of course, very happy to take his own blue buff. He's like, Riven, you don't need this, do you? Nope. So they're just gonna he is just going to take his own. Hecarim loves blue buff. He kind of runs out of mana if you're spamming your Q and your W trying to farm the jungle. So having that extra bit of mana really helps. Taric almost dying to the Draven axes. He is not going to, however. We're seeing a lot more Katarina top lane recently. I see it a lot more in the games I watch to bring to you guys. And it's an okay strategy. I mean, she's not terrible. Sometimes she can get knocked around by bruisers a bit. A lot of them are going to have the CC to bring her out of her ultimate. That is unfortunate for her. And, of course, it hurts her abilities to roam. Zed, not one of the people who have any CC to bring her out of her ultimate, but she does have some decent damage, and he's not going to be going for a kill. But Katarina loves to roam. That's really why he put her. That's why he put AP champs in the mid lane, because they want to roam. And AP champs have the best out of all the champions. Assassins and AP burster type champions have the best ability to roam in the game. And that's really where you want Katarina, in a roaming position. That's also why you put Evelynn in the mid lane instead of the top lane, because it gives her a good position to roam from. And looks like Riven's in a terrible spot right here. She's going to get caught out by the Zinzao and the Katarina. She's most certainly going to die. The Zinzao gets the last hit with his spears, and Zed's just going to get out of there real quick. He does not want to mess with the Zinzao, slowing him down a little bit with his Shadow Clone. And right now, the slight gold advantage for blue team, because they do have an extra kill, and they seem to be farming a little bit better. Ezreal behind in farm compared to the Draven. There's the Draven axes trying to pick up the kill on Katarina. Oh, it would have been so close. Oh, it was so close, but alas, not close enough. It's a nice trick you guys can do. If they're recalling and you're at a certain spot in the map, go check out Ciderhelm. He has a video detailing this with all the 3 global ultimates like that: Ashe, Draven, and Ezreal. Ezreal and Draven's ults go at the same speed. However, Ashe's arrow actually goes slower than both of those. It's probably because it's a stun along with damage. But there's a certain point in the map where you have to be when they're recalling to actually hit them right once they get back. And Ciderhelm, youtube.com/Ciderhelm, he has a video detailing that. He made it quite a while ago, but of course I think it's still relevant. And we are going to see Katarina once again ult Zed. He's going to Shadow Dance right out of that. And he's just going to keep picking up this farm. Interesting to see Zed top lane and Riven mid. I'd rather see Zed mid and Riven top. I think Riven will have a better time laning against someone like Katarina. However, Zed's going to have a lot better time ganking. That's really why I'd want to put Zed in the mid lane. Because, well, Riven's an okay ganker, but I think she'd rather be kind of farming. And if she goes to try to gank, she kind of has like a really terrible... She has some decent CC and like a knock-up and a stun. But right now, we're going to see Riven getting pulled by Dianna. That was a nice pull from Dianna, getting out of there. And she's going to ult onto Hecarim, getting the kill right there. And Riven, you don't look like you have much of hope right now. She is going to want to turn this one around and go onto the Dianna, but she's definitely going to be out of range. Can she get into range for her ultimate? She will not. Zinzao getting in front of the Riven and stopping her from getting close enough to Scarra to kill her. However, here comes the Zed, will he get the kill? Oh, pro plays by Scarra. She's going to shield under the turret and pick up the kill. Well played. And however, Jarvan and Draven, that was just like an entire team gank onto Scarra. They did not want her to survive that, and she did not. However, now Jarvan is most certainly dead. And Draven's going to try to pick up what kills he can. Will he be able to pick up the Tark? No, the exhaust going down will keep Tark alive. No, he's going to flash for it. Spinning Axe are going to do enough damage. Now he has to watch out for the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao, a little tanky right now. He does have that Giant's Belt and a longsword. Could be building a Wriggles Lantern. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Riven right next to the red tower. You can see Xin Zhao wants to go for the Riven, but he doesn't really want to have to take aggro from the Draven. And he's going to take aggro from the Draven. Get ignited with the Axe Bleed. This is going to be enough to kill him. Shut down for Draven. That's why he didn't want to engage in the first place. He was scared of the Draven. Draven does a ton of early damage. The highest early damage AD carry in the game is by far Draven. No one can match his damage early game at all. Late game, you've got... Even if you're picking up your axes, you're going to probably be outdamaged by a Vayne, by a Kog'Maw, by high damage late game AD carries like that. However, for the early game, no one provides you more consistent damage than Draven. Not even Ezreal with a good Mystic Shot combo is going to provide you as much damage as Draven can. As long as you're picking up your axes, you've got to get your micro down when you're playing Draven to maximize his damage output. Especially in teamfights, it can be very hard to get that axe micro down if you're not very well practiced. Just watch Afro. He plays a mean Draven. And that's a lot of people's opinion. And we're going to have Zed pushing to the tower. We do see the first tower going down in bot lane is going to go to the red team. Ezreal picking up the last shot on that. So far, still a very close game. Support Jarvan 4, man. It's fun. It's true, he's not... I'd rather see him in the jungle or even in the top lane, because then he has the chance to actually build damage if he gets ahead. You're not going to get ahead as support Jarvan, and you're not going to have very good items at all. And a Jarvan behind on items can't really do much because he's not going to be tanky enough to initiate like he wants to. And here comes the ultimate from Katarina. They can't knock her out of it, but she is going to go down to the Zed ultimate. And now it looks like Riven's going to be Xin Zhao's going to be the next one to die. Riven does go down to the Xin Zhao, but that is going to be a double kill for Zed. Very good for him. Here comes Scarra, however. Will she be able to pick up a kill? He is quite fast, but not fast enough. Zed using his Shadow Clone to get away. Well, it looks like blue team has the fever and being prescribed more Black Cleaver, because I do see two of them being built, one on Zed, one on Riven. And of course, red team, Scarra's and his friendly teammates are realizing that there's a lot of AD on blue team. In fact, they're all AD, even the support. So they are going to start building some armor. There are a lot of chain vests out so far. 2 chain vests and a Sunfire Cape on Katarina. Top lane AP Bruiser Katarina. Totally the way to do it, guys. You don't have the damage, but you certainly do have the tankiness to survive your lane. Here comes Draven. He is going to pick up the kill on this Tark, it looks like, and possibly the Ezreal. There's the first kill. They dive too far against the Draven. They're like, oh, we can take this, right? No, Draven has a ton of damage, and Ezreal's going to not really chase, just try to pick up that ward. It's a good idea for Draven to back off. He did have a ward in that bush, so we didn't know Katarina was coming, but the rest of red team was right behind her. And looks like we're going to have Riven do some damage to the Katarina. Remember, I think all of the Qs from Riven have a chance to knock Katarina out of her ultimate. I know the last one does for sure, but I think the other two do as well. And we're going to have Hecarim picking up his blue buff. The cooldown reduction on that, very useful for Hecarim, because you want your ultimate up as much as possible to gank. It is an amazing ganking tool, and it just makes your lane ganks fierce. Just run right into the lane, guys. If it's pushed up, if it's not pushed up, just run right into the lane as Hecarim, and then pop your ultimate and run them over. It is very effective because of his movement speed. Even if they see you coming, it's very hard to get away from a Hecarim, just because of how fast he is. And of course, you can do normal ganks too, but lane ganks will catch your enemy by surprise for sure. And same thing with Rammus too, except for Rammus likes to hide in the bushes before coming in. Like, once he gets in the lane, he wants to hide in the bushes and charge up his Powerball. So you can kind of do it with both. And we're going to have Dianna doing a lot of harass onto the Hecarim. He's going to go in for the kill. Will he get it? No, he's going to ult over the wall. Nice ult by Hecarim, getting himself away. Here comes the Ezreal ult. It looks like Riven's going to be in some danger. She is most likely going to go down. She does see Katarina. Resets coming out for Katarina. Will they be able to pick up the Zed? That is the question. The Ignite goes down. Everyone's on fire here in the top lane. And he's going to ult the Ezreal, trying to kill him. Bursting him down to about half health. The ultimate ends. And he takes quite a bit of damage. Just below half right now. But he is going to survive. Right now, Draven building a last whisper, man. It's Armor Pen is the name of the game for blue team. Can't blame them. Everyone but the AD carry is building armor on red team. And when they're doing that, I mean, AD team comps are happening all the time in Season 3. And the only way to counter them is build armor, build HP, and try to survive the Assassin's Burst. And it looks like we are going to have Jarvan the 4th go down to the Scar here in the mid lane. Support Jarvan. You're not tanky, That's why you don't really want support Jarvan. He has no natural defensive buffs except for his flag, which isn't really that great of a defensive buff. The reason you can get away with it, Leona, is because she has a massive defensive steroid on her Eclipse shield. So she can get away with just building some HP. She doesn't really need the resistances that much. We are going to have Hecarim get jumped on by Katarina. He's quite fast. I don't think he'll be in much danger here. He pops his E, and he's going to get away just fine, running back to the support of his teammates. And we might see Xin Zhao get initiated on here by the Riven. And yes, it is. Nope. Knock away from Xin Zhao is going to be enough to get him out of that situation. Riven's not willing to give this up, however. She wants blood. And she's not going to get it, unfortunately. Battle Bunny Riven wants blood. And we are going to see oh, we can't see the Draven axes. I don't know if this is some bug with the replay or just spectator mode itself. You can, I guess we can't see the Draven axes. And by Draven, I know everything to do with Draven is axes, so that doesn't really specify much. You can't see any Draven particle effects for that matter. That's really weird. Bug report time. And we are going to have blue team actually go for a Baron maybe right now. They are thinking about it. I don't think they can do this. Look how low Zed is right now. And here comes Hecarim to try and help tank it. I think this is a poor decision. They saw Ezreal in the bot lane. They're like, we can deal with a 4v5 at Baron, right? Here comes Xin Zhao. He's going to go for the initiation. Tara gets the stun out. This is a bad initiation for this Tara. Ugh, my mouth got a little stunned there. I apologize. But that was a really bad initiation for the Xin Zhao. He did end up getting self-killed. Here comes Katarina. She wants a pentakill from this. Will she get it? She gets exhausted during her ultimate. That's going to reduce her damage by 40%. Here comes Hecarim with the initiation. He does end up cleaning up the Katarina. They don't get Baron, but they do turn that into a 3 for 1. And oh, Ezreal, cleanup artist himself, throws out another Mystic Shot, gets a double kill. Of course, you know, Ezreal casually saunters on to the Finnish team fight, picks up a double kill. That was very good from Ezreal, making it just in time to turn a 3-1 exchange into a 3-3 exchange. That was even for both teams. I know why they wanted to go for Baron. They saw the opening and they went for it. Unfortunately, if they would have been all full health, they might have been able to do it. But unfortunately, they were too low, and Baron just does too much damage to you at this point in the game that they were not able to finish it. And it brought them low enough to the fact that when Red Team decided to initiate on them, as piecemeal as that initiation was, it was slightly effective in the fact that it allowed Ezreal to pick up a couple kills. And apparently, we can't see the wolves either, guys. Oh, bugs are the name of the day. At least they're not like you can't see health bars or there's giant white screens or there's giant white boxes in the middle of the screen, which I have been getting lately. So, yeah. Saw a little bit of my noob caster showing itself over at the Baron pit. But right now, we're going to see Dianna initiate onto the Draven. She's going to get dropped extreme low. I don't think she'll pick up the Draven. She will support Jarvan. Getting the last hit on that. Very good job by Scarra. Picking up the Draven. I believe that might have been a shutdown. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, blue team did get an assist out of that. So that's going to go slightly towards them. Maybe Scarra initiating in, biting off a little bit more than she could do. There's going to be Hecarim and Katarina just trading blows, walking past each other, being like, I don't want to deal with this nonsense. However, there is Red Team converging onto the Hecarim in the Red Team jungle, and looks like he is going to be dead. He does have his ultimate up. Will he use it to escape? That is the question. He is holding on to it for what, though? I wonder. Maybe a counter initiation. Will he pop his ultimate now? That is the question. There's a great opportunity for an ultimate. Hecarim, just do it. Turn on your W and ult right in the middle. Your teammates are dying. There's the Hecarim ultimate. Nice initiation. Here comes Jarvan as well. Getting the slows down. Zed going to pick up the kill on Katarina maybe. Katarina can probably turn around and get a kill on the Zed. Zed's just stay away. No, Ezreal. Mystic Shot. Boom. Ezreal just the cleanup artist of this game. He is doing his job of firing Mystic Shots, picking up kills. Ooh, if that hit Baron, it might have actually killed him due to Barrow aggroing onto Jarvan the Fourth. However, here comes Draven. One more axe, Draven. Come on. Oh, he is not going to get it. Katarina too fast. And does Draven have his flash up? No, he does not. And Draven's going to juke out that Mystic Shot. And good idea for Draven to leave, as their blue buff is not a safe place. Looks like we're going to see Scarra picking up this blue buff right here. And oh, that was really close to picking up a kill on Katarina. If he had caught that axe, popped his speed boof, he might have gotten it. Oh, when I said boof, I meant buff. That's quite the whiff. But there, Hecarim showing his burst to Katarina, taking her down before she can respond. And we have Scarra clearing this mid lane. Right now, there's 3 towers to 3. All the tier 1 towers are down, but no one has touched the tier 2 towers yet. So very even game right now. Gold disparity barely noticeable. Only about 1.5k in favor of blue team. That's not much at this stage of the game. That's like not even a Dorn's item per person of gold. So we're really not going to be seeing much in the difference of itemization. What really is going to matter is where is that itemization going. And how much money does each champion have? Draven, of course, in the lead, 8-2-2 with 139 CS, doing very well. Right behind him, however, is, I believe, the Ezreal. Yes, 7,600 gold, 414 with 157 CS. So that is where the gold is going to the AD carries this game. Scarra also doing very well, just behind Draven. And on the blue team in second place, we are going to have, it looks like the Hecarim and the Riven are very close to each other. And right now we're going to see some initiation from the Jarvan in the fourth. There's the Taric stun going out. And it looks like this could be a good initiation for red team. The rest of red team is trying to converge onto this location, but right now it is 4-2. And the Xin Zhao is going to go down to the Draven ulti. And Hecarim's going to pick up the kill on the Taric. That's going to be a very good initiation for blue team. They did just cherry pick 2 members of red team before the rest of the team could respond, and that means a free dragon for them. Remember, guys, if you pick off a couple kills like that, go for objectives. It's how you're going to win the game. Just getting the kills won't win you the game. Picking up objectives after the kills will win you the game. That's why kills are important. They allow you to pick up objectives and get more and more ahead. Of course, kills are important. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's just that objectives win you games. And right now, we're going to see interesting by Scarra. She's going to pick up her... Actually, that's not interesting. She's picking up Azonia's because she's scared of all the AD on the other team. And looks like Draven's going to hammer away at this tower here. He does a lot of damage to this tower. And Hecarim's like, I want to ult over this wall and get a kill. What do you say, Draven? What do you say, Draven? And Draven's like, I can do this myself. I don't need your help. And there's the shutdown for Ezreal. I think that was actually a shutdown for Draven or Ezreal. They shut down each other, actually. And that was a fairly... The turret made that fight go in Ezreal's favor, but that was kind of a draw. So the turret really helped Ezreal in that fight. We're going to have initiation by Hecarim. Red team and blue team just fighting it out in a free-fall right here. Tar's going to be the first to drop. The rest of blue team flashing out, trying to get away. Xin Zhao is going to jump onto the Hecarim. Will he be able to get the kill here? That is the question. Hecarim's going to try to run away, but he's not going to make it. I think Xin Zhao is going to catch up to him. Down here, we do have a... Do we have any chasing going on? We do have Riven chasing the Dianna under the turret. Scarra is going to go down to the Riven. And right now, we still have that Xin Zhao. Oh, but there's a ward here. Don't recall, Zed. No, you made a bad mistake. And Xin Zhao was going to jump right over there and get a kill. Riven failing her dash a little bit. She's going to try to pick up the Xin Zhao. I think she's going to be able to for sure. And yes, one last Q from Riven is going to pick up the kill. We're going to see Katarina being chased away from this turret by Draven ulti, picking up the creep wave. And you see that a lot with global ultimates, such as Ezreal's, and well, really just Ezreal's and Draven's. Sometimes I've seen Rumbles do that, clear the wave with their ultimate, but it's not global, of course. So we did see that coming out from Draven. You'll see those ults clearing creep waves that are pushing on the towers a lot because because when you come late game, it's a lot more effective than having to move members from your team to clear those out themselves, because that could mean they know your team's split up then. They could go for Baron because they know it's a 4v5 because one of your team members is on bot lane trying to clear the creep wave. You've got to be careful not to let the enemies know your position mid-late game, because the less they know about where you are, the better your chances are at securing objectives and tricking them into falling into a trap. And we're seeing a lot of armor pen coming out here from blue team. Not surprising. We've got black cleavers on Zed and Riven. We've got last whispers on Zed and Draven. And it looks like we're having a last whisper on Riven coming out next. That pickaxe, not likely to be built into an Infinity Edge or some kind of hybrid item. Instead, I think it's just going to be made into a last whisper. Would be a good choice. I'd like to see a BF sword on Riven too. I think that'd be very nice. But she's obviously concerned about the fact that everyone has armor on their team. Everyone. And obviously they're not very inclined to build magic resistance. What magic damage would they be scared of? There is none, except for Hecarim does do a slight amount of magic damage with his ultimate and his W. So that is about the only magic damage they have to worry about. And that's not that much, since he's obviously not building AP Hecarim. That would be lolzy. I've seen it done before in the jungle. I've seen AP Hecarim. They built like a Rod of the Ages. It was in season 2. It was kind of lolzy. But it was okay. It was like the AP initiator Hecarim. AP tank. It doesn't really work out, guys. Don't try it. Because just going full tank with a little bit of like Iceborne Gauntlet is very strong. There's no reason to build AP. These ratios don't really make up for the fact that you're wasting gold on AP. And we're going to see the wards being dropped everywhere. There's a nice bit of ward coverage from all of the teams. And looks like Baron is only warded by red team, so they did put down a pink ward. And red team obviously knows what they're thinking right now. They're like, wait, blue team could be going for dragon. We need to make sure they don't get it. Let's all converge onto the objective. No, red team might just be pushing. Blue team ward clearing around the Baron. It looks like this spells team fight right here, as blue team is right behind red team. Riven, however, recalling. I don't know what she plans to do. Red team is just happy to push down mid lane right now. It looks like they could be taking this turret quite easily. The initiation from blue team going to be coming soon. However, the AD carry and Riven are well behind the rest of the team. Here comes Jarvan. Is he going to initiate? That's the question. He's getting dropped extremely low. Here comes Zed jumping right onto the high priority targets. Draven Axe is coming out, hitting almost everyone. Not doing that much damage, however. Hecarim ult initiation going a little bit late. Draven's going to take a lot of damage from the Dianna. She's going to pop right out of her zone and get killed by the Draven. Now he's turning his attention to the Xin Zhao. And it looks like they might be able to get a lot of damage here. Nope, there's Katarina getting her resets, jumping on top of Draven, and then on to Riven. Ezreal picking up the double kill there. And the only one left alive from blue team is the Hecarim. That was a bit of a shoddy initiation from blue team. I'm going to have to chalk up that team fight loss. Zed jumped right into the middle of their team, got blown up extremely fast. And then Jarvan the Fourth tried to ulti initiate, and the Hecarim follow-up was pretty good. However, the fact was Zed was already dead by then. Him jumping onto the high priority targets like that, you can't jump onto them unless unless your tanks are already doing their initiation. You've got to wait for the tanks to initiate. If you're someone like Zed, don't just jump in like that. It's not going to work out well for you because you're most likely going to be focused and killed extremely fast. Let's see what Zed has for resistances. Oh yeah, one ruby crystal that he used to build into Black Cleaver. He's not tanky. He can't jump into the middle of fights like that. He needs to let the tanks initiate first. And Jarvan was not initiating first in that fight, nor was Hecarim. His initiation came quite late. And that's really what they're banking on for these team fights. They have great initiation, something that red team does not really have. They have Dianna ult into pull, kinda. That's decent initiation. And they've got Xin Zhao flash ult. I've seen it done before. It's okay. It's just very situational, and you have to burn your flash to do it. You can kind of charge in there, but charge flash kind of makes it a little bit better because then you can actually get the positioning you're looking for. Just charging at someone usually doesn't give you the position you want to ult as Xin Zhao. And then we are going to have, well, looks like we're going to have a Baron attempt from red team. The rest of blue team is respawning right now. They're moving up into the mid lane. They have a lot of ward coverage here, so they will know if red team decides to go for Baron. And right now we have Riven sauntering on back to her turret. And yep, she's just going to back up out of there. Blue team's like, hey, maybe we should push. And they're also picking Hecarim. They know that Hecarim's down there. Red team's going to know that Hecarim's down to there. They might decide to go for a Baron and be a 5v4 until Hecarim gets there. And we're just going to have some initiation onto Draven. Here comes Scarra as well. Draven's going to burst down extremely fast. There go the axes. They're not coming back this time. And if we see a Deathfire Grasp onto Jarvan the Fourth, who has the DFG? It is Dianna. Scarra, you deadly Dianna player. You picked up a DFG. And those two getting picked off is going to mean a free Baron for red team. That's a big mistake, getting picked off like this at this stage of the game. You can't allow that to happen. You've got to have the ward coverage against good players. You've got to have the wards up. You've got to stick as a 5 in the team. And looks like we have red team picking it up despite Hecarim's best efforts to steal it. Here goes Zed. There goes Riven. There goes Hecarim. They're all going to die. Well, actually, Hecarim hasn't died yet, but I assure you he will very soon. I can't imagine him surviving this situation. He's fast, but I don't think he's that fast. Actually, he might get away. It looks like he's going to be A-okay, just running away from that. And red team's just going to push up. Looks like they could take an inhibitor here. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them do that. Actually, a couple members of blue team have responded. That's the Jarvan and the Draven that got caught out early. This is the sad thing about support Jarvan. Unless you make major plays in lanes and get a lot of kills, you're not going to be tanky. And you need to be tanky as Jarvan. It's not like... It'd be nice to be tanky as a support, but it's okay if I don't have all the items I need because I can just rely on my base stats and natural defensive buffs. No, you cannot rely on your base stats as Jarvan. It doesn't work at this stage of the game. It can kind of work for champions like Leona. Sona don't really need... It's like Sona and Janna, they don't really need all the defensive items because they have their great ultimates for initiation that don't require them to jump right into the middle of the team. And of course, Janna has a nice disengage, has a lot of kiting abilities to keep her alive. The fact that you're playing Jarvan means you need those tank items to initiate or you're just going to die extremely fast. All he has is an Aegis, a Ruby Side Stone, and an All Magic Mantle. That's not enough for him right now. And looks like we're going to have blue team pushing up. Are they going to stay grouped up this time? That's the question. Hecarim, you're not with your team. If they get initiated on you, they'd be in a bad spot right now. There's a stun onto the Jarvan. He pops his shield right beforehand, blocking the damage. That's not much. It's not much of a shield, but it is a decent slow when it comes to ganking. And I remember I've done dunk master combos bot lane where I played Darius, my friend played Jarvan, and we got to level 6 and we just had a blast dunking the other lanes. Oh, it was so much fun. But this is not what they decided to do. They are not going for the troll on troll dunk lane, which works if you're good enough at it, and they don't see it coming. And they're not prepared for level 6 dunks. But we are going to have Draven get initiated on by the Tark. The rest, Scarra was there, so it is wise for Draven just to back out of that. Hecarim's like, oh, help, but he was a little late. That was a weird Hecarim voice. I don't think Hecarim talks like that. But whether he talks like that or not, it doesn't matter because red team is pushing up onto the blue team. Iceborne Gauntlet on Ezreal, slowing them minions. And we are going to have the initiation onto the Draven. He's going to drop very low, almost to half health. However, this looks like this Katarina might be dead. Xin Zhao going to jump onto the Draven. Will he get the kill? He's exhausted right now. Draven trying to do as much damage as he can while kiting. Ezreal's going to pick up the last hit on that. And now Jarvan in a very bad spot. He does get taken down. Riven and Zed, they're top lane. They can't be here to help. If they were in that fight, it might have made a huge difference. They could have taken down the Katarina a lot earlier. What are you doing, Hecarim? Don't be taking your red buff right now. Oh, that was a terrible decision on your part. Oh, he's going to try to get away with his speed boost, but I don't think it's going to be enough. One more flash by Ezreal should do it. They both have Iceborne Gauntlets, so it's the fight of the Iceborne Gauntlets. Ezreal will just give up on the Hecarim. He doesn't matter at all. Just go take the Nexus turrets. Or on second thought, just Q him with a Mystic Shot and kill him. Good job by Ezreal picking up that kill. And right now, Zed and Riven valiantly trying to save their Nexus. However, I don't think they're going to be able to succeed at that. There's the Katarina ulti hitting nothing. And this looks like it's going to be the end of the game, guys. And there's Home Guard on Zed, trying to get to the fight as fast as possible. There's Home Guard on Riven, trying to get to the fight as fast as possible. But it's not going to matter. They're both going to die, going in one by one. And that's the end of the game, guys. Thank you for watching. There was nice plays here by Draven. I did like Draven's play. Scarra obviously doing very well in surviving those tower dives up until the Draven axes. So good plays coming around from multiple champions on this team. Tank, Katarina, just stack magic pen and defensive items in the top lane. You won't do that much damage, but you won't die either. So it's a trade-off. I don't know if it's any better than AP Katarina, but that's for others to try out and decipher. And of course we have typical Ezreal build, Static Shiv, Armor Pen, and Bloodthirster. Nothing really special there. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Raabemaster bringing you a League of Legends Procast featuring Scarra. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.